So I will transfer you my energy. I will transfer my karma. Here is my karma on you.
Yeah, brother.
Please record.
Boom, boom, boom. Two. Woo-hoo! Coming at you live, episode 19. Feeling good today. For a 3-day weekend coming up, motherfuckers.
I do not.
You don't have a 3-day weekend?
I got a floating holiday instead, which sucks.
What
But
does that you mean you get to choose like a day some other time?
in the future, yeah.
Interesting.
But I mean, I was off yesterday and today.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow, a lot of people aren't working, so I'm just gonna get a little bit of stuff done
Nice.
without anybody like yelling or expecting anything. Because I feel like most people don't care, aren't working, or
Oh no. Yeah. For sure. Especially during like I wonder if a bunch of people have beach plans. I mean, I guess I'm going to Deep Creek.
are beaches open?
Well, Florida is closing beaches, but some beaches were open, yeah. My friend Derek, he was planning on going to Charleston, South Carolina, where I just came back from. He was planning on going this upcoming week, and he decided not to go because things have been getting a little worse. Got my test back.
I saw.
See
Watch
that
out,
shit?
buddy.
Negative, zero antibodies of the COVID SARS-2 in my system as of yesterday.
Because John is a healthy individual, and if you're healthy, your body will fight it.
It's true. Well, I think that even it would have showed me, even if I was like asymptomatic,
Oh, really?
it would have showed me, yeah, if I had it in my system at any point. So that throws out the theory that I would have got it in like November last year or whatever too. Because
Really?
yeah, it would have shown up because my body, your body would have built up an immune system to it.
How much
That's
that
how-
cost?
It's $10.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you just had to go to go to any LabCorp. You order the test online, and then you go in. It's like it's $10, and then it takes less than a minute. Really, they just draw your blood, and then you leave. And then they emailed me today, so it was like 24 hours turnaround. Pretty cool stuff, man. You know, feeling good.
I might do it one day just say I did it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like I said, $10. It's not even that bad. And they didn't do the nose. They didn't put anything on my nose, so that was cool.
That's good. I would have been like, nah, that ain't me, fam.
Yeah, I guess that's like if I was actually sick. I was wondering. I thought that they were gonna do it, but I'm glad that they did not. So what's going on, dude? What's up, man?
I must pale.
That's true. Let's pale. Me and Shane got out and played some wiffle ball. Give a little test run.
It's great fun.
Good stuff.
There's only one thing we dislike right now, and it's fetching the balls. But we have an idea to put up a little net to stop them.
Yeah.
And really to get more people.
Yeah, I feel like that problem goes away. It'll still be kind of annoying, so I'll still bring the net. But even with more people, less running around after the balls. Because as it turns out, wiffle ball pitching is super hard. I
don't know if it's hard. I think we just haven't gotten used to it.
But yeah, I guess. But I mean, I feel like
it's interesting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the room for error when holding a pitch and throwing a pitch. Like the move so drastically that that's just if you throw it a little bit, like for example, when the wind would blow, the ball would just get swooshed out of there.
Yeah, one time was crazy.
Yeah, that's funny. It just came down and then went right away. All right, episode 19, hot dogs and fireworks.
So while we're still on the wiffle ball, I think we should make shirts. And then find a company that just makes shirts, and then people can buy them.
All right.
And then we can make a little passive income, man. Woo-hoo.
There we go. Yeah, let's get on that. We'll get a design going. I think that's a great idea, and we'll come up with some better team names, maybe.
I thought of an app to create as well. It would be a subscriptions app where, like, let's say Spotify or YouTube, you have an app where you have a group of people on your app, and every day you have a list that you send out to the people and say, hey, these people are great. We want them to have more subscriptions because we think they're great and we think they deserve more money for ad revenue and stuff. So just subscribe to these people real quick, and then you get an update of like a list of 5 every day to subscribe to. And
who wants to subscribe? What are these things you're subscribing to again?
People's things on YouTube and Spotify.
Oh, I was reading about this app today. It's called Pocket. Ever heard of it?
Don't tell me it's the same thing.
It kind of sounds kind of similar, to be honest. I'm gonna look it up really quick, but essentially what it was. Oops, hold on. Yeah, so it's essentially, it says when you find something you want to view later, you put it in your Pocket. So you can save articles, videos, and stories from any publication page or app. You curate your own space to view all of that stuff. So if you like interested in watching a TED Talk and like this person's tweets, you would put them all in your Pocket, and that creates a specialized feed for yourself.
Mine would be called
us.
Mine would be called like Good Deed subscriptions or something, where it's like, hey, these people are good people that are low in followers, but we think their content's good. We think that they have good ideas. They're not like politically motivated.
Yeah.
So we're going to subscribe, and if we can get their subscriptions up from like 100 people to 10,000 people, that helps them.
But people don't want to pay for something that they're not interested in.
They're not going to pay. It's free.
It's just free, just to say that the number goes up.
The only caveat is there's going to be like a quick, like, advertisement, but because it's a good deed, it's not going to be like a 30-minute advertisement, and you can skip at 5 seconds. But
yeah,
kind of like any YouTube video now. You watch a YouTube video, you're not.
Oh my God, there's so many.
So
many. I did one for the podcast. I recorded myself sitting on this bench talking about it. Got like some 3,500 views, but I didn't feel like it costed. Like got pretty expensive pretty quick. I didn't realize it was different than the Instagram ads.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How much was it?
It wasn't that much. It only got up to like $100. But I mean, I was like, I didn't want to spend $100 on that.
Like, oh wow.
I know it went up really quick, but that was cool. It was interesting just looking at the data and things. I think that's like, I don't know if I mean, it makes sense. If I look at a podcast or if I look at something I'm interested in, it's like the Jones effect. I want to see if other people are into it, right? I don't want to be the first person to do something. I want to be the last person to do something. But is that business, like, would that help us gain followers? I guess so, right? It's not, even though it's like an inorganic or it's not natural because these people aren't really interested in, they're more so opening the door for other people to get interested.
And it's one of those things too where I feel like podcasts grow based on other podcasts. If other people kind of talk up your podcast, even if, let's say, a podcast promotes another podcast and they only have 100 followers, even if it's a 1% chance that one of their followers listens to us, well, that's another viewer. If that happens like 10 times, 100 times, but you just for your podcast, and then it becomes word of mouth kind of. And
Yeah. I listened to this thing that Jeff Bezos said the other day that he was trying to create the perfect experience for his customer, because when you create the perfect experience for your customer, then you get people to start talking about the experience, and word of mouth is like one of the best things that you could ever get as far as advertising. So
yeah,
and it's so interesting. Like all of those, like all these successful people, they always narrow down success into very simple things. You know, like Jeff Bezos didn't create Amazon, you know, with the thought of like, well, you know, he might have had the vision of where it could be, but when he started it, Amazon was just a book company. So for years, he had to just make the experience for this little fucking online bookstore so great that people wanted to talk about it. And he had to do that for so long. And now you look at Amazon, and Amazon is like doing cloud. Did you know that Amazon owns Twitch?
yes, I knew
That's
that
crazy.
just because of that whole Ninja story.
The guy
You know
who plays
Ninja, the
Fortnite?
YouTuber.
Yeah.
So he, there was some company that pretty much like kind of bought him out and like, hey, we'll give you like $50 million, whatever.
Holy
That
shit.
company was bought by Facebook,
Oh.
and that broke one of the terms in like the agreement.
Mm.
So they had to pay. So they had to pay him out
Oh,
$30 million.
damn.
Just
Just
now he's like a free agent, so people are.
but $30 million richer.
Oh, yep.
That's dope.
And he was making something ridiculous a day. It was
The
like $100,000 a day or something.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
Just streaming.
dude. There's like there's kids that will just stream them playing video games, and then people will donate money to them.
Yeah,
You
and it's
see
called what's that thing called? It's kind of like a GoFundMe, but they always say it's I think it starts with a P or something.
Patreon?
Thank you, Patreon.
Yeah.
That's it, man. People, hey man, well, let's just donate. We appreciate it. Respect.
It's crazy though. Like I feel bad asking for donations. You know what I mean? Is that weird?
I feel like I do and I don't. I think if I have something that I want it to go to, like, hey, I'm trying to do this project.
Yeah.
But if it's just like, hey, help me out.
Right. Yeah. Like help me do this.
Like, I feel like I'm just begging on the street corner.
Panhandling. I listened to this one podcast. It's about the stock market. It's called Quote the Raven. And
It's called what?
Quote the Raven.
Quote the Raven.
Yeah, it's like a pun on Edgar Allan Poe poem. But he has a Patreon set up, and I guess what's interesting about it, I don't really know exactly how it's set up, but my idea is that people can just go to it, and then what he does is he lists out who the top patrons are, like the longest lasting, or like the most, like, I don't know, he just gives credit where credit's due, I guess, and as far as the donations, but I think it's just, you know, pushing out content. That's what
the Lord and Savior Joe Rogan says.
Yeah.
He's
got like 1,300 fucking episodes.
Yeah, well, that's what he says. I mean, if you just put out the content, that's what people really want. They want a consistency.
Right.
They obviously, if it's good, it helps. But consistency is a huge thing. I mean, that's with anything in life. You consistently eat better, you're gonna be healthier. If you consistently work out, you're gonna look better.
Right. Exactly.
Consistently drink a bunch of wine, you're gonna become a wino.
Yeah,
I just finished my sixth bottle, or almost. I had like one little thing left. So now it was my favorite one so far out of the 6 I've rated. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and it was called like a reserve. I think I'm saying that right, or no? I don't think I'm saying it right because it's RE, but it has a little. What's that thing over it? The carrot or whatever?
I don't know. Like the little N. or
like resume. You know how the E?
Oh yeah, like the accent.
Yeah, so it's reserve, but it has the accent over the first E. So I don't know how to pronounce
Interesting.
that. It's
Probably
French.
probably just reserve, but it's like reserve.
Yeah, so it was cool as a French one. I like that.
Nice, nice.
So I think we should probably move into our topics for today.
Let's do it. Usually we play rock paper scissors to see who goes first, but before we do that, I just want to tell you guys that that I'm pretty good at playing wiffle ball, but I fucking suck at playing rock paper scissors. And when me and Shane have a disagreement of what happened on the field as far as a hit or anything,
Or if
play
it's
rock,
close,
paper,
like something
scissors.
where it's on the fringe, like it could have been out, could have been a base
Yeah,
hit.
since it's just us playing, we have cones in that field, and if the ball gets hit within 5 feet of any of the cones, then it's an out. But every time that we are on the fence about something, we play rock paper scissors. I think I lost every single time yesterday.
I think I think we had 6, and I think you lost all 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Which statistically,
Yeah, I know
it's very difficult to do.
Bad. I'm bad. Cool, but all right, rock paper scissors. Winner gets to decide. It might be going fast. That's bullshit. All right. Who goes first?
Again.
Give me 0 for 7. The longest winning and losing streak in rock
So
paper scissors.
today's topics are centered around July 4th themes. So John's was El Hot Dog,
Ooh.
and mine were La Fireworks. You want me to go first, or you?
It doesn't matter. You won. You decide.
You go first. I'll let you go first today.
All right, cool. Well,
We'll start with the food and with the bang.
Yeah. When I was researching this, I was definitely getting hungry, but not at the beginning, because at the beginning you always have to look up, like, the biggest question about a hot dog is what the fuck is inside of a hot dog.
Do you like hot dogs?
Yeah. Well, yes, I like hot dogs. I like all beef hot dogs. 100% beef, 100% sausage. Okay. So, but fun fact, in college, I used to eat so shitty. I remember my triple cheeseburger story, even though that was part of a diet. But anyways, there was, at our college, there's only one fucking place that stayed open past midnight. So when you went to get drunk food, it was
two places.
Sheets and
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, yeah, that's right.
What are those things called? Taquitos or
taquitos? Yeah, taquitos, a Big Bite. Yeah. Well, there's another hot dog. Yeah, but so Sheets was like better because you could get sandwiches, and that's where everyone pretty much went after the bars.
And Sheets is a gas station, kind of like a Wawa, or because I didn't realize Sheets was kind of local. I mean, there's no Sheets
around. Oh no, there's not. Yeah, it's not even really Wawa's. That's like more Jersey, I guess.
Yeah, I can't think of anything around here though that's similar to those two.
No, it's like really. It's kind of like, what a bodega would be in New York City, essentially. So, but it was awesome because one year in college and you're broke, and one of the deals that they had were 2 hot dogs for $1. And oh my God, I would get so many hot dogs. And I made it, the hot dog was pretty gross too. And I got it every time. So it actually wasn't $1 because I added stuff to it. I'd add bacon to it. I put mayonnaise on it. And then jalapenos and ketchup. Yeah. No one ever asked for any of my hot dogs. But it was good. But if I'm going to a ballpark, I'm definitely putting mustard on it. But anyway, and that was all before 2012. And in 2012, or prior to 2012, about 70% of all ground meat in the U.S. had some sort of it was consisted of this thing called pink slime, and it's fucking disgusting. It's mechanically separated meat, and it's essentially what fills a hot dog, or what used to fill a hot dog. Nowadays, it only there can only be about 15% added to the ground beef. But what it is it's just meat trimmings. So it's just it's like being, so the meat
Is it like intestines and stuff? Like intestines?
It's like connective tissue.
Oh,
So it's like
okay.
the stuff that's connected to the bone. They like scrape all of that shit off, and then they like heat it up in this liquid, and then to like antibacterialize it, to like sterilize it, they spray ammonia gas over it. And they
Nice.
pour like citric acid and shit on it to like sterilize it.
Yep.
And then they shove it into this small hot dog casing and tie it up and send it along its way. But in 2012, ABC broke this big story about how disgusting that was. And this company called BPI, Beef Products Incorporated, said that they came out and said that the connective tissue, or the meat trimmings, was actually the equivalent of eating 90% lean beef. And it's just like, fuck no. If you look up pink slime on Google, it literally looks like strawberry ice cream.
Isn't that what they use for the chicken nuggets? Like
Yeah,
McDonald's
chicken
and
nuggets.
stuff?
Unfortunately, yeah, that's all like chicken, just the ground up. It's like, if you're running a business and you want to use every single last bit of your product to make money, like that's the cash cow of beef is your hot dog, because it's fucking, it doesn't cost anything to make it, anything special, because you're just using the pretty much trash from the beef and then just sliding that into a trash bag or a hot dog casing. So that's disgusting. But what you can do is just get 100% ground beef or all beef, or whatever. Go to your like a local butcher, and you can ask for small hot dog casings, or long, like a roll of sheep skin tubing or something, like sheep something. I don't know, but then you can stuff your own. So
the casings, you know what casings used to be made out of?
No, what?
I think it used to be intestines of like sheep
really?
or something. I think,
That
I don't
might
want
be
to
it.
quote that, but I remember they're like, how did hot dogs come about? And it was like sausage and stuff. The casings, I believe, were
The pig intestines?
I think they were intestines of some type of animal, which it kind of makes sense, but still kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's sheep intestine and not sheep skin, because that would make more sense to eat. Oh, I don't know.
My favorite video on YouTube, or not my favorite, but one of my favorites, is this chef has a bunch of little like first graders, and he goes, "How many people love chicken nuggets?" And they all raise their hand. And he goes, "I'm gonna show you how it's made." So he like grinds it all up, and it's like that pink slime.
Yeah.
And then he makes them, and then after he's done it, he goes, "Okay, kids, now how many of you would eat them?" And they kind of look around for a second. And then all of a sudden, I would.
That's awesome. That's so funny. Good for those kids. Did you know that when they first came out with hot dogs, they didn't have, there was life of hot dog before the bun. And actually in Germany, it was actually dog. Like they would eat dog in Germany, and that's where the term hot dog came from, because you could go in the corner and sell a hot dog. Like it was actually hot dog. So that's wild. Why is everyone eating these fucking dogs, man? That's nuts. Like how could you come to kill a dog? But sick people out there.
Well, I guess if you're hungry enough and there's nothing else.
I guess but yeah, I expected it to be like in the country, not in like an industrialized city or country like Germany, but whatever happens across the pond happens across the pond. But so what was so stupid is that they'd sell hot dogs on the corner, and then the vendors, they would give people a glove. So they would hand them a glove, and they would wear the glove and eat the hot dog, and then they'd have to hand the glove back. But this vendors were losing so much money because people weren't returning the gloves, that someone ended up being like, okay, well, let's just put a slit in this roll, and then we shove the hot dog in there so people don't have to use the gloves anymore. Isn't that funny? It makes sense. I actually, you can't really talk about hot dogs without talking about the contest. So I've got some fun facts about the contest too. So,
Tell people what the contest is, John. I don't know what the contest is.
The contest is Nathan's hot dog eating contest on Coney Island on July 4th. And you can check your local listings to see when that would be. But it's put on by the Major League Eating, by Major League Eating, MLE, which is funny. And it's funny because there's actually been some controversy of when it started. It actually first started in 1972, but when it started in 1972, the guys who started it said that it had been going on since 1916. So they let that lie for like 30 years, and like in the early 2000s, the two guys actually came out and said, yeah, like 72 was the first year.
It's probably they'll come out with something like, oh, the first official.
Yeah.
That's
the first official, right? But it's in that the first contest, the quote unquote first contest, it was actually on Memorial Day, and it was won by a college student, and the prize was a book of certificates for 40 more hot dogs. And he had to eat 12. That was it.
Those contests.
He ate 12.
So gross.
Yeah. They were much shorter back then. They only did 3.5 minutes. He ate 12 hot dogs in 3.5 minutes.
Well, the one guy was a Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, he ate 71 in 10 minutes.
So oh man, he was on I think it was like the Amazing Race, and there was a challenge where they had like walk up a hill, and he was in such like bad shape because of like his eating that he was just like sweating, and he smelled apparently.
Yeah,
and they were talking about it too. He's like, man,
really?
He even said it himself, like I'm feeling good.
Wow.
But I remember my first experience watching it on TV was when Kobayashi was really big. That like really
jacked.
No, he was like a really tiny, like I don't know if he's Japanese or.
He was like ripped though.
Yeah, he was like just a really tiny guy. But they asked him. I haven't watched. I want to. They came out with like a 30 for 30 for him.
Yeah, the good, the bad, and the hungry. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and he got into eating because of, I guess he was like really attractive, and girls would make him like bento boxes, and he would feel bad if he didn't eat them, so he started eating all the bento boxes.
What a way! What a life! Oh well, I don't know what to do. Might as well eat these. Man, that's just bento box over bento box. Man, when watching like it was, what was that, like True Life on MTV? Do you remember that? The documentary series. It was like True Life, I'm a Olympic lifter, or True Life, I'm a competitive eater. And they would follow around like regular people. And they followed Kobayashi around one time, and the amount of food that this guy would eat. Like if you go to a family style restaurant or Asian style restaurant, they give you those big wok style bowls.
Oh, okay.
Big like iron cast bowls that you could like serve yourself out of. They would just bring those to him, and he would eat like the entire thing. And it's like size of like the inner ring of a tire. Like that's probably about how big it was. Maybe even bigger. I don't know, but it was nuts. That was crazy. But what's funny about competitive eating and fitness is that I found out that an NFL player in 2003 competed in the contest as a celebrity contestant, and even though he had won a qualifier to get into the official contest by eating 12 hot dogs, first off, this guy's name is William the Refrigerator Perry. Okay.
Oh yeah.
This motherfucker only ate 4 hot dogs. What? Your name is the Refrigerator. How do you only eat 4 hot dogs in 10
So
minutes.
he probably realized he couldn't win, and he probably didn't want to feel like crap.
Yeah, I guess if you so that's a good point.
He was probably like, wait, these guys are eating 30 and I'm eating 12?
Yeah, I wonder.
And I'm good, man. Because I feel like I would do the same thing if I was in a competition where it was like, hey, this competition is going to make you feel god awful and maybe awful for the next 3 days.
In 2003,
and you have no chance of winning, I'll throw it.
In 2003, Kobayashi won with a score of 44.5 hot dogs in 12 minutes.
And now it's like 70 and 10.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man, in 2008 they had a eat off, so I guess they tied. And Chestnut and Kobayashi tied for the first with 59 in regulation, and then in overtime, guess what they had to do? Eat more hot dogs. and they in overtime, Chestnut. Oh, so it's the first to eat 5 in 50 seconds. Or it's the first to eat 5. But you have 50 seconds. And Chestnut won by 7 seconds. That would have been intense to watch.
Yeah.
That overtime sounds pretty intense. All right. Well, that's hot dogs.
Aren't you guys hungry?
One last thing. If you throw up during the hot dog eating contest, you're disqualified. But it's called either the Roman method incident or it's called the reversal of fortune.
So I think I know why it's called the Roman method.
Why?
Because in Roman time, they would have big banquets and they would just eat and eat and eat, and they would throw up on purpose so they could eat more, because if they didn't eat, it would be like disrespectful. So I bet you that's probably where it came from.
Everyone's just yakking all over the place.
Yeah, what's that called?
Bulimic.
Yeah.
Everyone was just bulimic.
Yeah, I think that's one of the first times that
what
it was
a waste. And that sucks. Like, throwing up is not fun.
Nope.
No. That sucks. All right.
I'm like 98% sure that is true.
Hey man, I'm not gonna fact check you.
Because I learned about like Roman culture back in the day. I stumbled upon that and I was like, oh my god, people have weird. See, that's one of these things. There's so many traditions that are still around where I'm like, why do we do that? Or why do people do that? Like, that's just crazy.
It's true.
I can't think of any right now, of course.
I don't think. Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, I don't think people do that now, but
there's definitely traditions out there that I see. I'm like, why do people do that?
Well, I mean, tradition in itself it's a way that like older generations can control the story, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to have respect for your elders and to carry on and remember them, but to have traditions those are just what tradition is just is one thing that one person wanted to do, and that's what they wanted to do. And since they were the first one, that they think that we just have to keep doing that one thing. And I don't think that's right, because I can still celebrate something or show affection or, excitement by doing something that I like, or, you know what I mean? Like, why does that have to be this way? This is the only way that we know how to have fun and structured organization.
Your face there was great. Organization.
All right, fireworks, Shane. Fire them off. Pow, 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 pow.
Okay, before I fire them off, what is your favorite and least favorite firework?
Man, I was not ready for this. Favorite or least favorite firework?
I have two.
The ones that look like the alien spaceship.
Oh, we got alien spaceship looking one.
Okay. My favorite is I call it the Weeping Willow.
Oh, that one's
okay.
The one where it fires off and all of a sudden it like
droops.
continues and streams off.
Yeah. It's almost like the rockets like fire down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that one. Smoke bombs are my favorite.
Those super
little-
loud ones.
The little tiny guys, you light and you throw them.
Oh,
The
okay.
little ones. Those are
Okay.
fun.
My least favorite one's that one that it gets shot up in the air and it sounds like a shotgun, like just flew right next to your head.
Yeah. It doesn't like do anything but make a loud noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one sucks. I prefer man. Yeah, I think I prefer white fireworks over like the colored ones, preferably. Even though, you need a little mixture of both. But the white ones, when they explode real big and pretty, and they do that crackle.
All the crackling ones
Yeah,
are cool.
the crackle's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the delayed crackle.
Oh yeah, you're like, oh, this is like a second treat. It's like, oh, I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that. Yeah.
So like it goes off, and then you're like, oh, it's done, and then below it, it's like.
Yeah, it's like a satisfying like.
It's like a rattlesnake.
Yeah, that's funny.
All
So
right.
did you confirm that fireworks are from the Chinese?
Yep.
Nice. Off to a good start.
So it's unclear exactly when fireworks were first invented, but some think that fireworks first originated in China around 2,000 years ago, or more than 2,000 years ago. The most popular legend has it that fireworks were discovered by an ancient cook who happened to mix charcoal, sulfur, and salt pepper, which are common kitchen items. Mixture burned, and when compressed in an enclosed space, exploded.
This
However,
guy's trying to make a burrito, and he fucking blows up the kitchen.
I just had that's a good idea too, because we have that indoor garden, and those little flies are all around. So if I'm clapping, I apologize. I'm trying to kill these things. However, that was one of the things I saw, but another one I saw that was kind of a little bit different. It says most often credited with the invention of fireworks is a monk called, I'm probably going to butcher the name, but it's like Lai Tian, or I think it's either Lai Tian or something else. It's Li space Tian. And he was from, I'm going to butcher this again. There's like the Liang, it's Liuyang. It's in the Hunan province of China. This area is still, to this day, the largest producer of fireworks. And let's see.
How many does it produce? Does it say?
I didn't say that. So how fireworks kind of got originated was they would put like gunpowder into like bamboo shoots, like hollowed up bamboo shoots, and they would explode with a bang. And they thought that these fireworks would help with like bad spirits, like keep away bad spirits and omens. Which I mean, I guess
Scare
makes
them
sense.
away. Yeah, I mean they're fighting. They're like fighting the spirits. Yeah.
Yeah, and this will be a random fun fact for you guys today. If you have an iPhone and you type in pew pew, P-E-W space P-E-W, you will get a special treat. So
Yeah.
if you haven't tried it before, try it. It's quite awesome.
Yeah. Comment it underneath our next post on social media, and we'll give you something.
So now kind of fireworks are all over the place, and they're primarily used for festivals or celebrations. And I didn't know this, but for our Independence Day for the United States, they actually shot out fireworks on Independence Day, the first one.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So do you know?
Yeah, so that's one long-standing tradition.
Yeah, so what I didn't know, I mean, I kind of knew, but I didn't know the specifics of it, is obviously fireworks have different colors and they have different shapes. So the colors thing I kind of knew about already, but I didn't know the specific elements. So I would like to tell you how there's different colors and different shapes of fireworks.
Let's do it.
The colors in fireworks are created by using metal salts. Metal salts are commonly used in fireworks displays. These include strontium carbonate, which are red fireworks.
Oh my god. I don't think we care enough to go through all of those. That was funny.
Well, anyway, it's just a bunch of metal, different metal things. And if you ever, I know in science,
shapes.
huh?
They're just shapes.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
How? Oh, we moved. I thought we're on color.
My first experience with the different colors was actually in high school with a Bunsen burner. We would take different metal salts and put it over, and the flame would change different colors, which is pretty cool. So that's the same kind of thing.
Okay.
The fireworks.
Yeah.
So there's different colors, or there's different metals that burn differently. So that's how the different colors come about.
Mm-hmm.
So after a firework is ignited, a lift charge propels it into the sky. And then there's another, what's that thing called? Oh my gosh. The fuse. There is a time delay fuse, and it's typically around 5 seconds. And that goes off after the lift charge. So fireworks can be very dangerous, kids. So if you do use fireworks, try to use the ones that are like the box or something, because those are typically less dangerous. When you get to the ones that are in like the big pipes or the big cartridges, those are the ones that can cause serious damage. There's been a lot of deaths and blown off body parts from fireworks.
Yeah.
I think the most famous one I can think of is JPP, the defensive end. I don't know who he plays for now. I think it was the Bucks the last time I saw.
Yeah.
But he blew off like 2 fingers by holding like a firework or something. So they're dangerous because sometimes the fuse goes off quicker than it's supposed to. But for how they are displayed in different shapes are based on the grouping of the round shells called stars that are packed in the cartridge. Let's see. Essentially, however you have the shells within the firework determines the shape. So there could be multiple shells within the firework that go off, and that determines the shape. So if you have it, so let's say you have like a circular thing and you have shells kind of around the circle when they go off.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to get the circle.
Gotcha.
If it's like an oval, that's how you kind of get the elongated ones.
Yeah. Then a star it's just like cutting cookies.
Yes. That's a good. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I like fireworks.
Fireworks are cool. Yeah. We used to set off fireworks. I mean, it's really stupid to say. We used to set off fireworks every year. Yeah, so was everyone else in America. But we would always get, we wouldn't get ones that went off into the air.
Yeah, they're so much more expensive. We would just get the ones that you can find like grocery stores or something that have like the big box, and they have the things that kind of just go like, what's that one thing called? It's kind of, you can shoot it at people.
Roman candle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Roman candles. Those were always the best.
Those are cool, yeah. I guess people in New York City are running around shooting those things at each other. I don't know. It's weird.
Are you gonna go see fireworks? We used to go see fireworks every year, at like different places, and
I don't think they're not allowed to do that. It's considered a mass gathering. So we're going to Deep Creek, and there's not like they said that you can see the fireworks from this place, and this place, and if you're staying on the mountain. But they didn't have like we're meet at the beach or whatever. But they're gonna set them off. I'm interested to see what happens after this weekend because the way that people have been traveling and going and doing stuff, I feel like it's going to be Memorial Day weekend all over again. But, I mean, I just don't – we did the math the other day, and there's about 169,000 cases in Florida total, and –
how many people live in Florida?
And there's 350 million people in the United States. It was like less than 0.00005%. It's like the smallest amount of people. It's not even. I mean, it's crazy that it's. It's crazy about it is that you can't not shut things down or like try to contain it because it is deadly to a group of people. If it gets out, but it's just not, I don't know, it's just not getting to those people. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's that much of a threat more than anything else is now. You know what I mean? We just don't have a vaccine for it. It's the only thing that's fucking us up.
And that's kind of what I was talking to you about the other day when I was like, if you are a high risk person, we have at least enough information now where we can make a decision on it. So obviously we know it affects elderly people. It has a higher chance of affecting people who have, what are they called? Like something conditions.
Pre-existing conditions.
Thank you. I can't think right now, but you got my back, so appreciate it. Those conditions. So it's like, okay, well, if you have a condition like that, wear a mask. If you work in a place that allows remote work, let those people open things back up. If people want to wear a mask outside, let them. You know what I mean? And you know what? If you have a company, if you have like a restaurant that says, hey, we only serve people that wear a mask right now, then you know what? That's a business that's a business decision. You know what I mean? That's kind of like a dress code. You're not going to let somebody come into a bar without a shirt. So if you at this point in time, if you don't want somebody coming without a mask, then you should be able to be like, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what's happening right now.
Yeah, I know. And people are trying to make it like they're just making it into a political thing, and it's so annoying because it should just be like Joanna keeps saying. It's just a thing of respect, a mutual sign of respect. Just like, hey, like I know that this is happening, so I'll wear this mask just to make sure that, even though it doesn't really do anything. When I was hanging out with Anna and Isaiah, Anna works in the hospital, and she was like, it doesn't really do that much, but it's just something that you have to do now just to show that you're supportive of the act.
Yeah, and if you're courteous, I mean, for example, the other day I was about to come in the elevator, and there was a woman there first, and she asked me, hey, do you mind if I go up alone? Yeah. I said, okay. And she asked me, that's fine. And I let her, and I took the next elevator. I mean, just do stuff like that. If somebody's freaking out about it, let them freak out and just be patient, be respectful. And if somebody doesn't want to be around you because you don't have a mask on, then just say, okay, well, walk away.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
You know what time it is, John?
Is it random facts time?
It's random facts.
Fox.
It sounds like you're saying fucks right now.
Random fucks. All right, let's fucking rock and roll. You know what I mean? Good. What's the holiday coming up? Independence Day weekend.
Oh, here we go, John. Let's see who goes first.
Fuck.
Redemption for John.
All right. Nice. Finally. All right. I'll go.
Uh-oh, that's not a good omen for random facts.
Random box. All right. Changing the luck.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Who's first, John?
I'm first.
In Florida, only on Sundays, it is illegal for a single woman to do what?
I don't know, like cross the street.
That is incorrect.
What is
In Florida, single women can't do this on Sundays?
Yes.
Single women?
All right.
I got nothing.
Skydive, apparently.
What the hell? I wonder what happened to like for someone to just. Do you think these people like are just like us sitting around in a room getting high and drinking? They're like, you know, it would be funny if we just made this rule. Like no one's ever tried to do this.
No, because when we would sober up, we would look at it and be like, that's not a good choice. That's what I'm saying, man. Like the whole like tradition things. Because what happened probably was there was probably a famous woman who was single who died jumping out of an airplane, and they're like, oh, we can't have that happen again on Lord Jesus Christ's birth or day we're supposed to rest and stuff. So
it reminds me of one of those things in Parks and Rec, like Pawnee, Indiana.
Yeah.
I just said Jesus' birthday is every Sunday.
They're just really excited about Christ, man. It's no big deal. Every day can be Jesus' birthday if you want it to be.
Oh, man. Okay.
Okay, Shane, ready? Johnny Depp is famously afraid of what?
Oh, these are hard.
He's famously afraid of this.
According to this question, he is famously afraid of what?
Pirates.
I was going to say alligators.
No. Is pirates your answer?
I'm going to say clowns.
It is clowns.
Yes! Yes! Everyone's afraid of clowns. Fuck. Dude, when the movie It came out, the new, not the second one, but when the first one came out, like the first new one, the first one they redid, which was like 5 years ago, they did all those viral clown videos. Those like running around in fucking woods and chasing people and shit. That was so fucked up. I was so scared.
Yeah.
I was fucked up.
Well, that was messed up too because weren't people going around with weapons?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like, not fun.
Yeah, it was like
anyone.
like people
were like dying, weren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know if people died or not. That's a good question. But yeah, fuck clowns. Nice. It was either gonna be clowns or heights. Dude, I want to go skydiving. You want to go skydiving?
You know, I do, and I thought that was going to be the answer. I thought there was going to be two skydiving answers back to back.
It's like she's on skydivingfacts.com.
So I'm gonna look up the clowns.
Okay.
Oh wait, so as far as we know, no one who has reported seeing a clown has been seriously hurt.
Cool.
Okay, so fake facts for me. So I apologize. But we corrected it. So you see, I said something wrong.
No
we,
big deal.
we found the answer. I apologize. We move on.
Okay, here we go. Question number 3 for John.
Yeah.
In California, you can legally buy a mouse. In California, you can't legally buy a mouse trap without having what?
What the fuck? A driver's license.
Nope.
A permit.
A
mousetrap permit.
No. A hunting license.
Oh wow, California is weird as fuck.
Yeah.
But I guess that is considered hunting, right? Right?
Yeah.
I guess killing mosquitoes is too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny. I don't know.
Wow. What? What a wacky statement.
Where'd you get these questions from?
This is also a thought catalog question, but these are funny trivia questions. So.
Okay, fun.
I can change them to fun bar trivia if you would like.
No, it's fine. We'll continue.
You're the question master.
Yeah.
Okay. So Shane, it is illegal to do what in the French vineyards?
In the French vineyards.
The French vineyards suck on the teat of the grape. You need to fondle the grape. Fondle the grape. Fondle the grape.
They all.
Fondle the grape.
So I'm just thinking because I this is how much I like wine. I was watching something the other day how like wine's made, and I got spit. Maybe you can't spit in the vineyard.
Incorrect.
No, I have nothing.
Do you want to guess?
You can't pee in the vineyards.
Also incorrect.
But that's probably true, though.
Maybe, but not the answer to this question. It is illegal to land a flying saucer.
Oh, what the fuck?
Like that's what I'm talking about. I mean, there's all these like laws and stuff that just makes no sense.
What is
It
that?
probably
Yeah,
happened-
that's what I'm
it
saying.
happened-
Like, that's got to be like one of those things where we're just sitting around and we're like, you know what? On Tuesdays at 6 p.m.
Well, it's actually probably illegal to do a lot of things, like you said, in the French vineyards. And they were like, we need to keep this safe. Like, what if this happens?
No flying saucers.
Yeah.
So fucking sick of it.
You know what's
Tired
gonna
of
happen? Let's
Every
make a short.
fucking night. They come
make
in here
a-
with their saucer and they float around, fucking up all of our grape teats. And all I'm trying to do is just fondle the grape. Fondle the grape.
You're making me think of like Will Ferrell and
That's what I'm-
the deep down the plums.
Yeah.
But I would love to make a short video of this law, and where real aliens come down a flying saucer, and like the French people are like, "Ooh, you cannot land your saucer here."
No, this is a vineyard. You have to go 20 yards that way. Those are
Not in Bordeaux. Not in Bordeaux. Oh man. So I guess John's up.
Yeah, so I don't know how to pronounce this word, so we're going to skip this question.
Good.
In Texas, it's illegal to swear in front of what?
Oh my God, it's gonna be like a cow or something.
In Texas, it's illegal to swear in front of what?
I don't know. It's gotta be something weird as fuck, like a 4-way stop sign.
No.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the governor.
No, a corpse.
Okay.
What the heck?
Yeah. This is okay. In Georgia, it's illegal to eat what with a fork? In Georgia, it's illegal to eat what with a fork?
Watermelon.
No.
Fried chicken.
Yes.
Yes. This is awesome. I have met my perfect level of weird trivia. This is right on the same level as my eye brain. It's great. Man. All right. Keep this showing. That's that one rock paper scissors game, man.
I told you. I told you.
In the first, no, none of that is in this question. The first hockey pucks used in early outdoor hockey games were made of what?
Wood?
No.
You said wood. That was gonna be my guess. First hockey pucks were made out of cans.
No. The first hockey pucks were made out of frozen cow dung.
Oh. Oh.
Yep.
What is this?
All right. Next. How many teeth does an aardvark have?
I'm just gonna be obscure and say 0.
And you would be correct.
Nice. Nice.
I'm on the board.
Nice.
The only reason I guess that is because if it was anything other than 0, it would be so difficult to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just have like this little snout thing.
That's the thing with the long tongue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like an anteater.
Hold up, aardvark.
Aardvark. All right.
What was Marilyn Monroe's natural hair color?
Man, this is one of those where I'm like, fuck. It's gotta be. Is it blonde?
No.
No, it's definitely brown, right?
No. It was
What?
red.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna think. It was either gonna be blonde or red. It was like totally opposite or the exact same.
Gotcha.
One of those.
Shane, who sang about being an eggman and a walrus?
Oh man.
I know.
Hold up. A what?
Questions. Who sang about being an eggman and a walrus?
An Eggman?
Yes. And a
And a-
walrus.
Who sang about an Eggman and a walrus?
Yeah.
Is that like a trick?
I know who it
I
is.
only have one guess.
Okay.
It's Weird Al, maybe.
No.
The Beatles.
The Beatles.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Oh.
It's true. It is weird, but it's factual.
Well,
Let's do some American history.
yeah, do something
trivia.
else. These are making me feel so stupid. But then again,
They're
half
supposed
the
to be, like,
questions
fun.
were.
No, I'm having fun. Shane's just losing.
I hate losing, so
Yeah,
it's
Shane doesn't
no
like
fun.
losing.
You wanna do history?
Yeah, for the 4th of July weekend, you know, get a little
Okay.
theme, get a little theme
Yeah.
going.
Okay.
So John's winning right now, 3-1.
Yeah. Yes, he
Yes.
I'm keeping score.
is.
This round was easy because there wasn't that many right answers.
Yeah, John's like, it's fried chicken.
No. It's more like, what do they eat in the South? I was like, peaches. And then I was like, but you could eat, who would care if you ate a peach with a fork? And then I was like, but I get kind of pissed off when people eat boneless chicken nuggets or boneless chicken wings with a fork.
Okay.
Like,
What?
they're nuggets. Just pick them up with your hand.
Wait. Boneless wings. Like, I get boneless wings with like the barbecue sauce at Lido's, and I eat it with a fork.
Just use your hand.
It gets super messy then, man.
They're wings, man. They'll call them nuggets then. They're not wings if you eat them with a fork.
They're more like nuggets than wings.
Yeah, so just call them what they are. I call them nuggets.
Okay.
Eat 'em. Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to take the 4th of July quiz from AARP.
Did you
It's
say
10 questions long.
Did you say AARP?
Yes. And it's
All
free.
right.
All right.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Well, whose turn?
I don't know who.
I think,
Your turn, because Shane didn't get.
Yeah, it's back to you,
Yeah.
so it makes sense.
okay.
Okay, are you ready? What historical event do Americans celebrate on the 4th of July?
The signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Incorrect. Would you like? Wait, what did you say? Yeah, incorrect. Shane, would you like to follow up?
Wait, say it one more time then, because
What historical event do Americans celebrate on the 4th of July?
It's gonna be like the freedom of America.
No.
Sick.
it's not Independence Day.
It's not the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
It's when we finally broke off from Britain, and no, mine was Independence Day, so I don't know.
Okay, so it's the formal adoption of the Declaration of Independence. So on July 2nd, 1776, the Continental Congress voted to approve a motion by Virginia to separate from Great Britain. 2 days later, the Declaration proclaiming the independence of the United States of America from Great Britain and its king was formally adopted by 12 colonies.
Yeah.
Giving John a point.
They probably signed it that day too.
That's not the answer.
Well, I'm giving him
You're
a
being a
point, John.
stickler, yeah.
What do you mean I'm being a stickler?
Because
answer.
But I said the answer was the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
This is a multiple choice quiz, and that was one of them, and I clicked it, and it said it was wrong.
Stupid boomers and their quizzes.
Good.
I mean, okay, you can give them a point.
I gave you a point, John.
All right, Shane. When were fireworks first used in an official 4th of July celebration?
1776.
Oh, this is awkward.
Man, your fucking quiz is wrong.
I literally saw that when I was Googling fireworks.
About it.
So yeah, but it's 1777. The Congress authorized using fireworks to help mark the first anniversary of the Declaration of Independence.
I'll take a loss. No, it's okay. My studying my website could be wrong. Who knows? We'll have to.
This website could be wrong as well.
Yeah, we'll have to fact check that later. But it's okay. Move on. John, you're up.
Which president first held a 4th of July celebration at the White House?
George Washington.
That's wrong.
It is incorrect.
Adams was the first person to be in the White House as a president. So I'm going to say Adams.
So that's also incorrect. Though John Adams was the first president to occupy the White House, it was Thomas Jefferson who on July 4th, 1801, opened the executive mansion to diplomats, civil, and military officers.
That was my second guess, so fuck.
It's too bad.
Hey, see though, I knew that he was the first. Adams was the first one to occupy. So that's
That is.
I'll
good.
get
Look
a
for
pat on the back for
look
that.
The silver lining of these things.
All right. Which newspaper first printed the Declaration of Independence?
I don't know what like it's your turn. It's not mine.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Change your turn.
Which newspaper first printed the Declaration of Independence?
New York Times. I have no idea.
No.
The Philadelphia Tribune or whatever it's called.
Close. The Pennsylvania Evening Post.
It's signed in Pennsylvania.
I knew that. I knew it.
All right.
Which two U.S. presidents died on July 4th in the same year? Which two U.S. presidents died on July 4th in the same year?
I don't know. It's not current active, right? So it's just, is it current presidents? Or is it like one person died and then they died in the same year, like former and current?
They're both former.
I have no idea.
I actually think I know this. I think it's the same answers that I gave earlier. Adams and Jefferson?
That doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
For real?
So, yeah, they died within hours of each other on July 4th, 1826.
That's crazy.
That's
wait,
crazy.
18. Oh. See, that's what. Never mind.
You didn't know, like, there's so many presidents?
No, I fucking asked if there was former and current, and I was just confused by the phrase.
Yeah, because I remember hearing something about it was kind of weird because they both, like, signed and they both died on Independence Day.
Interesting. Okay, Shane, which U.S. president was born on Independence Day?
I'm just gonna throw out a guess.
Okay.
Martin Van Buren.
No.
James Polk.
No. It was Calvin Coolidge.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Nice. All right, last two.
What is the estimated number of people living in the 13 colonies? Oh my God. What is the estimated number of people living in the 13 colonies on July 4, 1776?
I don't know, like 300,000 people. That's
No.
probably way too high.
You think that's high?
I don't know.
I would say 800,000.
No, there were actually 2.5 million,
Wow,
according to the U.S. Census Bureau.
cool.
When did the 4th of July become a federal holiday?
Federal holiday. $1863.
No,
I don't know.
1870.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Jeez. All right,
That was
well, this has
close.
been real. Episode 19. Check us out on all social media. Holla
We
at your
will-
boy. It's been real. Have a happy 4th.
And we will learn our history better. But until then, bye.